Anyway, there's a fine wrestling publication produced across the pond in the United Kingdom these days called Inside the Ropes. And of course, it was named because our very good friend Kenny McIntosh and members of his staff have a great deal to do with this magazine, as do our friend, wonderful Willie Apter, and your friend Brian. Well, both of our friends, Brian Solomon. You just talked to Brian. Bunch of people contributing to this fine magazine, and they send this magazine to me on a complimentary basis because I enjoy these type of things. But God damn it, there's an article in the newest magazine, the newest issue, about the role of the heel in wrestling and how it's changed. And now, the backlash on Max Caster for his rap a while back, and what can you say if you're a heel now and what can't you, and all this stuff. And I haven't read the entire article yet. I haven't read the entire magazine yet, but I was perusing it and I saw a picture of myself. So naturally my eye was drawn to that. And it's in this article talking about the things that heels could or couldn't do these days and used to be able to get away with, and talks about the Gangstas and Smoky Mountain Wrestling, which is why my picture was there, because they wanted to sell magazines. But anyway, the article of the author of this article, I don't know the fellow. He must be new to the business. James McMahon. Hopefully he's no relation. But, and I'm not trying to take the piss out of this magazine. I've just said I love these guys. I love Kenny McIntosh and all the people that are contributing that I know. I don't know James McMahon. He probably ain't going to want to meet me after I say what he just wrote. But I just want to read you, Brian, one little paragraph out of this story, because we wonder why. I wonder why sometimes. I don't know whether you do, but I wonder why people think the things that they do about wrestling and things that have happened or haven't happened in wrestling, or where the fuck did that idea come from, or why do you think that this is a thing that took place? You know what I'm saying? They people on Twitter, people on the internet in general, they come up with the weirdest things to say about wrestling, and that they think they're convinced has actually taken place. So in this article on New Jack and Mustafa, the Gangstas in Smoky Mountain, it kind of gives it the build up of how New Jack would address the crowd as rednecks and crackers and etc., and reference the civil rights activists like Medgar Evers. Jack did that once, whatever. And then here's this line: when the bell rang, New Jack and Mustafa would lean into every racist stereotype going. Many a Gangstas match would be won via the use of watermelon and fried chicken as foreign objects.
What? Come on. It does not say
I
that.
swear to God.
Many a match?
Many a match. As in none ever. Many a match.
I remember one promo.
Yes, well, wait a minute. Many a Gangstas match would be won via the use of watermelon and fried chicken as foreign objects. Can you see us talking about that in the finish meeting? Now, should you hit him with the drumstick, or would it be better if you get... No, nobody's going to believe that. Hit him with the breast. Well, wait a minute. There was a promo that actually was excerpted, I think, on the Dark Side of the Ring.
I was there. I was there for the promo.
You were there. It was during Fan Week, where Mustafa and New Jack came out for their promo at the desk. And did they have chicken, or was it just watermelon?
No, it was watermelon, I remember. I think there may have been chicken because New Jack had it. And the point was to do it because that's what they were treating them like.
Yes, because they came in. I didn't go get the goddamn chicken and the watermelon and go up to New Jack and Mustafa and say, hey, I want you to take chicken and watermelon out on your promo. They probably would have cut my throat. They went out and got the watermelon and the chicken and brought it in and said, hey, we're going to take this out on the promo. And they said in front of, what was the town? What town were we in that night? Said, oh my gosh. It was Western Virginia, right? A little small town.
I'll find out in 1 second. Give me 1 sec.
I think it was. But anyway, they're out there telling those people, this is what you want us to be. You want us to be the fried chicken and watermelon eating Negroes. Well, we ain't going to play that with blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, Mustafa is eating this entire watermelon and slobbering over and seeds flying and throwing pieces at the people. And it was goddamn chaos.
Saltville, Virginia.
So apparently, see, this is how this shit happens. This is a magazine that, honestly, there's quite a few people. Brian Solomon, who just did the Chic book that is going to be released. And
Brian Elliott's involved with that.
As we mentioned, Brian Elliott, who did Fighting Spirit magazine, is involved. So there are quality people involved in this magazine, but yet, is it just that everybody thinks that that's a thing that would have actually happened, so they just overlooked it in the editorial process? Is that some urban legend that has taken life amongst it? Now I'm wondering, what else can we not believe? And that's the point. I have people all the time on the internet when I'll rage and rant or be pissed off about somebody doing some stupid shit. They'll say, well, aren't you the person that booked so-and-so to do such and such? And I'll read that and I'll go, no, I'm not. No, I wasn't. No, I didn't have anything to do with it. No, I wasn't even there. I wasn't even there. It was Owen. Because people say shit like this and it gets repeated in some publication or some website that people think, well, they should know what they're talking about. And well, then how horrible this is. Yes, it would have been horrible if these things had ever actually happened. But since they didn't, people still think I'm the one that made Glenn Jacobs the Christmas creature in Memphis.
You weren't even there.
I wasn't even there.
It was Jerry.
It was Jerry. It was Jerry. But
how would you? I mean, watermelon, I guess I could understand. You would just smash it over the person's head, I would think.
Yes. But how would you use the chicken?
Unless like as a combo. Like you have the bucket with multiple things and use it as one item.
Well, now wait. Okay, those KFC biscuits are hard these days, but I still don't think they're that. But I mean, maybe the deal was they were trying to shove the fucking wing bone down the guy's throat so he'd choke on it. That's the only way I can see that you could possibly hurt someone with a piece of fried chicken.
How does it get into the article? Does this guy, Mr. Jimmy McMahon or whatever his name was, hear this story and instead of thinking, how do they do that? Just go, oh my God, that's awful. I'm going to put that in here.
That's terrible. I've got to write about that.
Listen, Jim, we want to do this promo with fried chicken and watermelon. No, that's wasting it. Take it in the ring. Use that chicken. Why waste the chicken?
Use that. Well, this is before they had Delos. They had nobody interfere, so they had the chicken and the watermelon at ringside in case. There was the live chicken. That's what, that would have been great if New Jack had brought a live chicken out and accused all the people in Saltville, Virginia of having intimate relations with what he was going to eat for dinner. That would have been perfect right there. And see, James McMahon 30 years later could have written about it in Inside the Ropes.
That is, I will say, and there are a lot of credible people involved with that magazine, that is a bit egregious that something like that got in that magazine. No one proofread it? No one realized that's ridiculous? The winner via fried chicken and watermelon, the Gangstas.
Yes.
What?
Or no, you're disqualified for violating the fruit and poultry rule. So they lost on disqualification.
It was that 3-month period where Jim Cornette spent thousands and thousands on new mats over and over again because of the watermelon stains in every ring. Inside the ropes.
Well, I mean, it's not just them, though. It's not just them. Buyer beware. What is it? Caveat emptor or whatever. When you read some of these things, if it sounds like it's really fucking even too stupid for wrestling, maybe check further. But sometimes, Brian, I got to be honest with you, sometimes you don't know what you're reading, and that's because it's in code.
Well, maybe you want to learn how to not only read the code, but write the code and Of course, there's a wonderful way for you right now to begin a brand new career in coding.
That's right. And now that you have set me straight on this whole thing, that the documentary that I saw was not about the kind of coding we're talking about here. I thought it was when they talked about the meetings they have and everything, I thought it was the snake handlers, the speaking in tongues. I thought they were speaking in codes. You've set me straight on that. I now understand that is not what Codecademy is all about. Folks, Codecademy is the perfect way to learn a new career. If you had coding skills, then you would be, the whole world would open up to you. For example, you've seen how that if you write code, then you have to memorize it and then instantly ball the piece of paper that it's written on up and chew it up and swallow it to keep anybody from getting it. Now, Codecademy will teach you how to memorize this stuff, so when you swallow that paper, then you don't forget the important code that was on it. And as well, if it's on audio tape, then you can only listen to it once, because after it finishes playing, within 5 seconds, it will self-destruct as usual. So you've really got to have a good memory, and that's what the folks at Codecademy teach you. Right, Brian?
Well, yes, but no. They will teach you how to code, how to write code, how to build sites, and do all sorts of fantastic things in the digital realm. I don't know about anything you said, but Codecademy is certainly a fine organization and a fine institution that teaches you a skill that you could take and apply all across the board.
All across the board in various espionage.
No.
What?
There's
no espionage?
There's no eating of notes. There's no espionage. There's
no eating of notes. Well, it says it's an adventurous new way of life. I would think that would be espionage. Possibly, if not governmental espionage, then certainly some of this corporate espionage you hear about. With Codecademy, folks, you can get qualified for in-demand jobs in as little as 2 months. You can learn at your own pace and your own level, even if that is a high level, a medium level, or even a subterranean level lower than a snake's belly in a wagon rut that would gag a man eating Fremunda cheese in a septic tank of a slaughterhouse. You can choose what to learn, from building websites to analyzing data to overthrowing governments and everything else you could want. No matter what your experience level, you'll be writing real working code in minutes that will have catastrophic effect on foreign governments.
No, stop that. What? There's no espionage, and you're not going to use this skill for espionage.
It could be, but see, wink, wink, they don't tell you to do that.
Oh, God.
They don't tell you to come right out and tell you to do that, but
these poor
learn
people.
Coding languages, including Python, HTML, SQL, JavaScript. See, it's not JavaScript, it's JavaScript. So that's where they send you these hidden messages in your coffee, and you have to decode them and then get it in touch with the embassy to forward the information. If you're not sure where to begin, folks, and honestly, I don't know why you would be, Codecademy will point you in the right direction. You can get that instant feedback that everyone craves, like, get off my leg. Your code is tested.
What?
Your code is tested.
Get off my leg.
Your code is tested as soon as you submit it, so you always know if you're on the right track. Folks, there's an interactive platform that helps you learn by doing. You can do all these things on that platform. Just don't fall off. Build your portfolio, get a certificate of completion to make yourself more marketable to future employers, such as shadow governments in the Middle East. Test your knowledge with tailor-made quizzes just for you. You can even get tools and cheat sheets to help ideas stick. Glue would help with that as well, but you're not cheating with a cheat sheet. Anyway, folks, you can get help from other learners in the forum, other agents in the field, or connect with people near you using assumed names in your local Codecademy chapter. Be part of Codecademy's community of over 50 million people, some of them with fake credentials. Land your dream job in web development. Well, you got to have a cover. Land your dream job in web development, programming, computer science, data science, and tons more, including international intrigue. Join the millions of people learning to code and getting in trouble with foreign governments with Codecademy and see where coding can take you, and you can get 15% off your Codecademy Pro membership when you go to Codecademy.com. That's Codecademy, Codecademy.com, and use the promo code EXPERIENCE. Promo code EXPERIENCE at Codecademy.com to get 15% off at Codecademy Pro, where the best way to learn to code is at there. It's the best way to learn to code. And bring all of your secret agent things, your decoder ring.
Unnecessary.
The gas pellets.
Not needed. Not in the gas pellets.
Gas pellets. Okay, you need to throw them down in the gas so you can escape. And what about the cyanide capsule that you can break
hold on.
between your teeth just in case you're captured?
Would you need gas pellets or smoke bombs? I would think you need smoke. You want gas to escape?
Well, it'll knock them out and they can't chase you.
Oh, well, what about you? You going to have a mask?
Well, you've got your gas mask in your lapel of your jacket.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Codecademy.
That's right. And of course, Codecademy's great. Everyone check them out while they're still with us. Check them out while you can. Codecademy.